And you've been very vocal about opposing, about the U.S. invading Nigeria militarily. You've been opposing this move. Why are you firmly, convinced that the U.S. should not interfere?
It is not the job of the U.S. to interfere in protecting Nigerians. And where they interfere, it should be Nigeria who say we want partnership, not the other way around. In this case, it was the US who first announced that they felt that there's Christian genocide happening in Nigeria, and then gave Nigeria an ultimatum. There is no country worth its salt in the world, including Palau or Suriname, where a president of another country just wake up in the morning and say, hey, we give you an ultimatum. If you don't wear your pants properly, we're going to bomb your country. There's no country worth itself. And this is an African country that has the highest population of Black people. And I have always felt that going by the way President Donald Trump is running his own country, his foreign policy agenda, his decision to even defund support for programs in countries where there are predominantly Black people, his own ban on visas for Nigerians. You cannot tell me that you love a country where Christians are being killed, instead of granting them refugee status, which they may or may not need. You ban them from entering your country. You want to convince me you love that country? No. So I'm generally opposed to any kind of colonial or neo-colonial, agenda on the continent of Africa and my country, Nigeria. And I think and I believe that it's weak leadership that's brought this upon us. If we had the right leaders in place, there's no way the US government will wake up one day and just say, let's go and bomb Nigeria, or let's give the Nigerian leadership an ultimatum. Because you can't do that to the US. Nigeria is not the only country designated as a country of particular concern. China is designated as a country of particular concern on religious freedom. But I can bet my last dime on it that nobody's going to wake up in the US State Department and say we are bombing China. It's impossible, because the balance of power is in favor of the two countries. So this is a sign of our weakness, and the fact that we remain a third world country. And it's always been my position that Nigeria should actually step up and be one of those who decide the fate of humanity, as opposed to being at the receiving end of every kind of decision, including even our neighbors, closing our airspaces and airspaces above us. What those military buzzards did in Niger, in Mali, and the Sahel region. This is do what they like with Nigeria because of weak leadership. Imagine what Burkina Faso did to the Nigerian Air Force, seizing and detaining some of Nigeria's so-called finance officers who had landed because they had an emergency. It took 2 weeks. All that is as a result of weakness of Nigerian leadership. Now, I don't have a problem with those who want to help with solving our terrorism problem. I don't have a problem with that. I hate terrorists and or whomever is designated in that direction, but I have a problem with, bullying a country of 220 million people and just issuing directives to them as if we're a high school located somewhere in Idaho. I don't even think you can do that to a high school principal in the US, where you just tell them, oh, we're coming to your school next week to bomb you if your students come late to class. So I'm just using that analogy to tell how degrading it is. So for me, it's about the integrity and dignity of the African man and the continent. That's why my opposition to it is very vehement.
And finally,